Hey, what's up, guys? This is Thycompany here. Welcome, everybody, to today's live stream. Today is August 30th, 2023. Welcome, everybody, to today's daily live stream show. Today, we're going to be talking about another weird name. Go back when Thycompany was still in, say, oh god, this is probably back high school. Actually, no, after high school. This was probably about in the years of college, right? So my company was doing his studies in business and all that, and we had this weird neighbor who became friends with uh, my company's sister, basically, and this girl was like, uh, first red flag was this girl kept trying to change her age. Like we all knew what the girl was like, freaking in high school and all that, but this girl kept like, oh, I'm 14, I'm 15, I'm 16, 17 years old. So she kept like changing her age on a freaking daily basis, right? So that was the first red flag. And then she started like making these weird, crazy claims that, oh, I'm half Italian, and she'd be like the type of person to call herself Italian versus Italian. Uh, so that's another red flag, right? So then the third thing, she was like freaking trying to go and find herself, uh, like a boyfriend, or she would always refer to it, how do you find myself a man? Like that kind of, crazy talk. And, uh, she like apparently was trying to hit on like older guys at the high school, and she had this weird like fab. And I'm like, all right, you ain't letting that all that nonsense come into Thigh Company's house today. So she basically was like not allowed into the premises basically. And from there, she started coming up with these crazy stories that, uh, oh, she has a long lost relative who's from the homeland of some town in Italy, and that because of that they have superpowers, and because they were a hippie, that philosophy that we have so and so's great cousin removed twice somewhere, on the border, was apparently a medicine doctor, or something the other, one of those naturalists or herbalists, or whatever the term is exactly. That why do we have no data? Let's see what that is. Anyway, um, hello, no stream ending shortly. Let me see what's going on here. Hold up, guys. We should be alive, alive and rolling. Why do we have red here? We should not have red. Let's see. Let me know what you guys think here. Are we still live? I don't know why we're getting these errors. Do a quick check, guys. If we're all fine, I'm going to continue the story right quick. So basically, this person was like friends with my sister for several years, probably about particular prospects in life and all that, but had to go and show off and come up with these fake stories like, oh, I'm starts getting crazier. The girls, like mom or somebody was a hippie, and dad was like an emergency medicine, supposedly a nurse. But there was no evidence whatsoever that this person had any sort of medical background or training. And it looks like we're getting attacked by aliens here. What is this? No data. The stream will end shortly unless you restart it from your streaming software. Bro, we're going in and out for some reason. Let me know what the stream is, guys. We're going to have to do a quick check here. I don't know why is it getting this distorted. Might have to close some tabs here. I wonder. Hopefully it's not one of those memory issues. And this is saying YouTube not getting enough video to smooth stream. Like mom or somebody was a hippie, and dad was. Okay, so it looks like we're good here. Anyway, we end up later finding out that this family of that girl was like didn't have any Italian ancestry, and Mom was a hippie and had this belief that everything's got to be natural. So basically, like, against any sort of like vaccinations of any sort, get sick, and then she would claim that it was dieting issues causing illnesses, and so basically no real medicines as far as basic understanding, right? And so the next thing was that the dad in the family had this like crazy what do you call it, ruling complex or commander complex, and always would try to get into or create a neighborhood association of some, this neighborhood where Thycompany used to live many years ago, had like an unofficial, what do you call it, kind of like an HOA, sort of a housing authority, or what do you call it, homeowners association. There we go. I don't know why that left my mind. Um, but an unofficial one. And the guy was always trying to be like the ruler of this thing, saying, "Oh, we got to go collect money for so and so's reason. If your car's parked on the side of the road, we're going to fine you because we want the roads to be clear." Or like different kind of nonsensical stuff just to be like, "Oh, hey, I'm the commander now." And there's this big thing like, "Oh, Big Papa's in the house." That was one of the funniest like slogans that this dude was trying to like push off for some reason, and we didn't want any of this. So the next thing that we started noticing was this girl was trying to put on freaking skimpier and skimpier clothes to quote unquote attract the eyes of men, and so we're like, "Hey, we ain't gonna have any of this now," and we basically were starting to thing, and because like the family wasn't really liking that or appreciating that, they started trying to come up with some nonsense saying, "Oh, they're weirdos in the neighborhood. Don't be friends with them because they're weirdos. They ain't Americans. They ain't true Americans." Uh, and from there, uh, they start spreading rumors that like, so and so sick with this disease, that disease, so you don't get near them. And then they tried claiming that like people in my family weren't authorized to work, they will either make crazy claims that, oh, they ain't citizens and because they are not citizens, and we're all fully citizens in that sense, or they'll be like, hey, so and so's unqualified to be a professional in this field because they don't have a license, or some kind of like nonsense just to stir the pot per se. And so that was the second issue, right? And then she came up with this crazy claim like, "Oh, I'm gonna be freaky with this guy," and the girl started freaking writing down in this like journal or diary of hers, but she like would keep it in a like public area, like online, or she would put parts of it, or she would like write it down, but like put it in freaking in a they call it book. Uh, I'm thinking of a name, but it's not coming to my head. It's like a little book club, is it? Uh, Cupboard. That's what they. Um, for whatever reason, I'm not able. Little book club. That might be it. But let me see. Or was. Oh no, I spelled that wrong. Uh, let me see if I can remember what. This is what I'm thinking. Erotic literature. uh, so this girl was freaking crazy, right? So the girl basically, once they all graduate high school, right? Girl doesn't know what to do in her life, so she decides to take that boyfriend and be like, "Oh, we ain't gonna be anywhere near our parents, right? So let's go move to the next state over, and we're gonna go to school there." And my parents, so and so said that, "Oh, we're gonna help pay for you." She moves to some whatever cottage or house or whatever in the next state over. I even think it was freaking Humane State. I might be wrong. Could be in Virginia. Could be in Tennessee. I don't know. Um, starts living with this on the top of my head at the moment, but essentially they also were like making threats saying that, oh, my mama's great aunt, whoever from somewhere knows witchcraft, and if you mess with us, we're gonna put a curse on you. And I'm like, you know, crazy stories, right? And I can't give out all the details other than they came up with a few different things. Like the girl had a name which was a mix of two different like flowers, but like supposedly Latinized names of these common flowers, but I can't say the exact name for privacy reasons. um, but she would like give herself like an American different name that sounded so like typical American and not really let's say something that's what you call typical, but like not particularly an attractive name.